Historically significant things that happened on May 20th. May 20th serves as a compelling crossroads of history, characterized by profound moments of political transformation, civil rights milestones, and pioneering cultural shifts. The day spans centuries of human struggle and achievement, marked by the dramatic 1536 execution of Anne Boleyn in Tudor England and the monumental 1919 landing of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, which ignited the Turkish War of Independence. It is a date that honors the births of transformative figures like Malcolm X and the philanthropic educational pioneer Johns Hopkins, while also celebrating the broad publication of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s foundational Letter from Birmingham Jail in 1963. From Thomas Edison's first public radio broadcast to the Soviet Union's bang, May 20th stands as a monumental day of global discovery, political transitions, and pioneering feats in aviation and space exploration. Across the centuries, this date has witnessed history-defining voyages, from Vasco da Gama's historic arrival in Calicut, India in 1498, which permanently linked Europe and Asia by sea, to Christopher Columbus's death in 1506. In modern history, May 20th marks incredible leaps in human capability, celebrated by Charles Lindbergh's departure for the first solo nonstop transatlantic flight in 1927, Amelia Earhart's launch to replicate that same solo crossing 5 years later, and the 1990 capture of the first orbital images by the Hubble Space Telescope. Whether charting new territory across the oceans, establishing the independence of nations like Cuba and East Timor, or expanding our vision into the cosmos, May 20th remains a powerful testament to human courage and intellectual advancement. Let us look at the significant historical events of May 20th, categorized by cultural, educational, financial, physical, mental, relational health, political, professional, social, spiritual, and scientific and technological points of view. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th. From cultural point of view, 1825, Charles X is crowned King of France at Reims Cathedral, marking the last traditional coronation of a French monarch and a brief revival of ancient, opulent royal cultural ceremonies. 1944, Cher, born Sherilyn Sarkeesian, the iconic goddess of pop and Oscar-winning actress whose career has spanned over 6 decades of music, television, and film, is born in El Centro, California. 1908, James Stewart, the beloved Academy Award-winning American actor known for his quintessential everyman roles in classics like It's a Wonderful Life and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, is born. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th. From educational point of view, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln signs the Homestead Act into law. While primarily land legislation, it laid the foundational socioeconomic groundwork for the later passage of the Morrill Land Grant Acts, which radically expanded public higher education and agricultural research across the American West. 1998, the internet search engine GoTo.com, later Overture Services, launches at a major tech conference. It pioneered the paid placement search model, heavily influencing university curricula regarding digital marketing, information architecture, and internet economics. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th. From financial point of view, 1782, the Bank of North America opens in Philadelphia. As the first de facto central bank of the United States, it successfully stabilized the young nation's hyperinflated continental currency and revolutionized early American commercial finance. 1926, the U.S. Congress passes the Railway Labor Act, a landmark piece of economic legislation designed to prevent crippling strikes and maintain steady financial stability within international and domestic shipping, trade, and transportation networks. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th, from physical, mental, relational health point of view. 1983, Dr. Luc Montagnier and his team at the Pasteur Institute in France published their discovery of a novel retrovirus, later named HIV, in the journal Science, marking a monumental breakthrough in global virology, public health safety, and immunology. 1506, renowned Italian explorer Christopher Columbus dies in Valladolid, Spain, at approximately age 54, His physical health had severely deteriorated due to a debilitating form of reactive arthritis contracted during his tumultuous maritime voyages. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th. From political point of view, 1902, Cuba officially gains independence from the United States, ending a period of post-Spanish-American War military governance and electing Tomás Estrada Palma as its first president. 2002, East Timor, Timor-Leste, achieves full international recognition as a sovereign state, marking the dawn of the 21st century's first newly independent nation, following decades of intense political conflict. 1861, North Carolina becomes the 11th and final state to vote to secede from the United States, solidifying the domestic political factions of the American Civil War. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th, from professional point of view. 1927. Charles Lindbergh takes off from Roosevelt Field in Long Island, New York, piloting the Spirit of St. Louis. His historic, grueling 33.5-hour solo journey to Paris permanently legitimized professional aviation as a viable global commercial occupation. 1932. Exactly 5 years after Lindbergh's departure, Amelia Earhart takes off from Harbor Grace, Newfoundland. Her flight established her as the first woman to complete a solo transatlantic flight, shattering rigid professional gender barriers in international aviation. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th, from social point of view. 1932. The Social Security Act of New Zealand is championed during a period of massive labor organization, laying early structural foundations for a comprehensive welfare state that guaranteed social protections for the elderly, sick, and unemployed. 1985. Radio Marti, a U.S. government-sponsored radio station, begins broadcasting news and entertainment directly to Cuba, initiating a profound era of transnational social and psychological influence during the latter years of the Cold War. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th, from spiritual point of view. 325. The First Council of Nicaea is formally opened by the Roman Emperor Constantine the Great. This monumental gathering of Christian bishops sought to resolve theological disputes and establish the Nicene Creed, permanently shaping the spiritual orthodoxy of global Christianity. 1498. Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama arrives at Calicut, now Kozhikode, India. While economically motivated, the voyage was driven by a spiritual directive to locate Eastern Christian kingdoms and establish a maritime route that circumvented Islamic trade monopolies. Historically significant things that happened on May 20th. From scientific and technological points of view. 1743. French physicist and astronomer Jean-Pierre Christine invents the centigrade temperature scale, introducing the first functional Celsius thermometer utilizing the freezing, 0 degrees, and boiling, 100 degrees, points of water. 1961. The Soviet space probe Venera 1 executes the first ever planetary flyby of another planet, passing within 100,000 kilometers of Venus and setting a major milestone in deep space engineering. 1991. The Space Shuttle Atlantis launches on mission STS-101, executing crucial maintenance and resupply maneuvers to sustain the orbital operations of the International Space Station, ISS. Hi viewers, family and friends. How did you like the content of this video? Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please write in the comments your name and the place you are watching from. Since our viewing family is spread all over the world, it will be nice to know which city and the country you are watching from, so I can say hello to you. Science and technology. Reading and listening to the historical accomplishments on this date of those who have gone before us, I, as a professional engineer with interest in structural engineering, energy-efficient buildings, ICF construction, And as Google Docs expert with interest in spreadsheet-based solutions, draw inspiration to ask of myself the million-dollar question. What would I accomplish today? Think about the Japanese practice of Kaizen. Let me know in the comments. What would you accomplish today? Your subscribing to the channel inspires me to post more such videos. Thanks for your patronage. See you in the next video. Sincerely, Yogi Anand.